if Poe stabs you, then you good.
That's good. See,
so, right now.
Yeah.
Have you
So look,
considered moving, Essence?
I have considered moving. Right now I'm just trying to do more marketing and promotion and get more of a buzz. And so I don't want to get down there and not so much as fail, but not have my ducks in a row. I want to make sure when I get there, I know what I'm doing. I know how I'm moving. I know my budget, you know. So that's pretty much, I'm transitioning right now.
you know what's crazy? Because like, everyone is listening. I was the exact same way, right? Because I came down here 4 visits before I moved. On the 4th visit, what made me say I was going to move is I almost got locked up coming back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that when I was standing there talking to the cop, and I was like, "You're gonna lock me up," and he's like, "No, I'm not gonna lock you up. It's just gonna be a shitload of fines." They gave me like $1,500 in fines and shit, right?
Oh my gosh.
So after that, he was like, "Go ahead, go home." And what I said was, "I got to get back to the A, but I don't necessarily want to drive back." You know? So that was for me. As far as the moves go, what I've learned is, because when I first got here, I was so timid. I was like, not really scared, but like, all right, what's the feel? What's the vibe? Where to go? You know what I'm saying? Who to know? But then when I started realizing, if you do what you're doing here, it's endless.
It's endless.
You feel me? Like, it's endless. It's endless. Did y'all see the internet uproar this week? Now, the internet has been going crazy the last couple of weeks.
Right? I was about to say so much.
Which one?
I was sitting here. The internet was feeding me so much stuff, Jezebel, that I was trying to jump into a fast forward time machine and hurry up and get to today.
Well, I must say, y'all see a bonnet? I see a hat of armor. I'm covered in the blood.
I was about to bring up these bonnets, or not a bonnet. Now,
this is a hat of armor.
I started to wear my bonnet on the show today. You know, but I have an actual bonnet. Those remind me of the Sister Soldier hats. You know, that what's crazy is they stick 'em and move jacks. Action Jackson there.
Man,
let's
get into it.
I was like, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was asked, are you gonna talk about the Derek Jackson situation on your show? And I was like, I mean, I got a female guest host, and I have a female host. So I think I have to talk about this week. So I'm gonna let y'all have the floor, because I'll say what I have to say last about Mr. Jax. But let's let Essence have the floor. How was your week? What did you think of all the memes and all the things that was going down this week? First of all, were you one of those women who was sending your man Derek Jax messages?
No, I wasn't. I actually, at first I felt bad for the girl. Okay, I was like, oh, she has to go on here and now, try to be godly and put on this front. She know damn well she upset with her husband right now. But then when she came back on and she felt that it was okay to come. First of all, I'm not getting in front of no camera looking a hot mess. That's just period. I don't care if I'm in my own goddamn home. If I'm going on camera, baby, knowing that you do what you do, I'm going to do my absolute best. Especially you're coming out talking about cheating on me with another female. Best to believe I'm gonna come on there looking better than any of them females.
Yeah.
So I didn't understand the whole tactic. And then I feel like, as far as him, he's just a hypocrite. He never really posted, or he never showed any emotion, and it was kind of bad for guys. I think he really messed up the black male persona.
Him?
I feel like because
the black men don't cheat. movement.
Yes,
No.
the black men don't cheat movement.
No, black men don't cheat movement is still in full effect. But go ahead.
he had y'all on edge for a little bit. He had his sister like, hold up. So you don't promise me. You know, he really started a trend for women to come back at black men like, well, you don't do this, you don't do that. Oh, you fronting for this, you're fronting for that.
Yeah.
So I think, but
I see it.
her coming on there and vouching for her look and his actions is a no-go. That's what I hope say. I said, hold on, I knew we
Yeah, the recap video was hilarious for me.
She would have been better off just coming back on, being like, you know, what my husband did was fucked up. I wasn't really in the mood to be on camera, but we're fighting a bigger war here. You know, I'm at a spiritual warfare, whatever else she said. Initially getting on that camera, I am mad at him. Because how could you allow, even if she was like, fuck it, let's do it, I'm gonna just do it like this. He should have been like, no, I'm gonna wait, until we gonna get on here presentable and matching colors and our rings on, and really he was you could see her blood vessel in her hand. He was squeezing the shit out of her hand.
It was a little scary.
I never knew who Derek Jackson was prior to this, honestly.
Right.
But however, I do feel like for those women that had so much hope and faith in him, you should never have hope and faith in one person. Everybody makes mistakes.
Exactly.
However,
he made 3. He made 3.
I tried to save you, Derek. I tried, but wrong is wrong. You being a married man, Sixxcess.
Yes.
I do want to know, like, how do you feel specifically about that situation, and how how he should have carried it with his wife if you were in his shoes?
And like, so let's to be clear, I would never be in a Derek Jack's shoes. For one, I don't understand why women allow one man to dictate how they should interact or how their man should interact with them. First of all, we're all different. Just the same as I'm sure every woman would say, I'm not her. I'm not that woman, right? So how do women expect for all of us to be wired one way? Now, I always find it interesting when we don't background check the people that offer us the advice. I never heard of a one Derek Jacks either, right? The first time he heard about him was when the meme was coming out with his wife sitting on the couch. And
with the head of art.
Yeah, with the glasses and things like that. And it was like, would you cheat on her if she was your wife? And I'm like, okay, first of all, wives' looks don't change. We know what she looks like when we marry her, right? Now, a lot of people have been posting that meme and asking that question, but I don't see anybody questioning character, because I think character is what makes people cheat, right? And one's character or one's spouse's character, right? So I think no one is questioning these things and what's going on in this household. But when I did my deep research in Derek Jacks, he was a tight end on the bench. That means that he literally never got in the game. If you're a bench tight end and in high school and you're lucky enough to get a girlfriend, you kind of feel blessed, you know? That's like the worst position. Like, you would rather be a kicker on your high school football team than the backup tight end. You know, usually there's a thing that says tight end / defensive end, defensive tackle. You know what I'm saying? That means you play multiple positions. But this man's position in high school was backup tight end. Okay. That's already a loser alert. Then he proceeded to not get on any college teams, hit the gym, and learn about social media, and
Mm-hmm.
proceed to tell other guys what we should do. Well, why should a guy take advice from a bench player? I mean, I've never seen a person on the bench give advice on how to get in the game. He doesn't know. It's just simply that, right? So, so then I took a look at his wife
Mm-hmm.
and I said, okay, why did he cheat? Yes, his wife got on camera and she looked like a bully. She looked like she's mean, and she looked like she says some harsh things to Derek. She she looks like she's the type of wife that says to Derek, "You ain't shit, Derek. I don't care about your millions of followers." He like the type of dude that like, babe, look, I got 1,000,000 views today. Look at the views, look at the views. And she's like the type of person like, I don't care about those views. I don't care about that. I don't give a damn about the views. Let's eat dinner. It's dinner time. I think that Derek Jackson has a curfew and a bedtime. I think
You
that his
never
curfew
know.
and bedtime will be strictly enforced now, knowing that he's a cheater. You know, he found some freedom. He found some weekends alone, and he didn't know what to do. And his DMs was rocking and alerting. So,
Yeah.
for one, I would never be a Derek Jack guy because, A, I don't think that no one man should be telling any other man how to interact with their women.
So,
You
Mm.
know, I don't care if it's a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the only thing that a man could tell a dude what his girlfriend is, leave that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only advice you can offer him because it's his girlfriend. But when this is his
Mm.
wife, I advise any man out there, don't offer any advice about what a man should do with his wife. And women, you shouldn't offer any advice about what a woman should do with her husband because those are blurred lines. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, those are off setting rules. So Dirk Jackson's an idiot. You
Yeah.
know, um,
I'm
and
stuck on the fact that you said his wife looks mean.
yeah,
Like,
like listen, like for real, I'm gonna tell you, any woman that would get on live with those type of specs that she had on, like those teacher glasses, those Miss Farknuckle glasses,
She was over it. She was over it, look. We
man.
looked at her. He was
Let me,
blessed to get her in the clip.
I'm gonna tell y'all when I lost it. When he started on the video, hi, this is Mr. Jax, Dirk. You know me and you know us. Lately in the news,
You
you've
know
been. I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is this? An ad or an apology?
what? Promotion. He
Like this
promoted
nigga,
that.
this nigga still ran the clip. He's like, roll the intro, DJ. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God, this nigga ain't sorry. He's not
Mm-hmm.
sorry at all. And she knows he's not sorry. She just
Yeah, she knows
knows
he gonna
that
do it again.
she
He just not gonna get caught.
yeah, and she knows his YouTube is how he makes his
Mm-hmm.
money. So she wanted to give him more content because she's gonna need as much as she can get in this spiritual war
Right.
that you called it. And I believe when
Mm-hmm.
women say that, that means divorce. So he's he he should be prepared to make as much money as he's gonna make off YouTube, and hopefully it helps him with his next situation. And with that being said, hi, this is Sixxcess, and you're rolling with Sixxcess. And right now we have Essence live, Jezebel the Truth in session, and we're having a great time. So I am currently smoking on some s'mores, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
Essence, do you smoke?
I do.
Now,
I do.
did you smoke when we on your first interview?
I didn't. I don't think so. No, I didn't.
So I don't.
No.
So hanging around all
Mm-hmm.
these rappers. Now what's now? I see your producer. What's his name? Give me his name. Bozar.
Boski the Toast Man.
Boski the Toast Man.
Yeah.
Now is he the one that has introduced to you the good gas?
You know, it's funny because no.
Okay. Okay.
No.
We just need to take a second and shout out whoever it is that finally got you on the green side, the good side, because the last time I asked you was like, no, no, it's not for me. I haven't. The last time I tried it, it wasn't really exciting enough, and it didn't really blow my mind. So now, what are you smoking on now these days? What are your strands? What are the strands that got you?
I've been on cookies lately.
Cookies will do it. I'm not gonna lie to you. If someone gave me cookies, my first time smoking, I would be me today. I would be me.
But what I got family out in LA, so I'm back in LA in May. So whenever I go to LA, I always go. I gotta shout out LA Wonderland. You gotta go there. They got one of the best dispensaries. It's near
LA Wonderland.
LA Wonderland. And every time I go there, I get lemon kush. It's my favorite. It has a good THC balance. It's perfect. It doesn't put you to sleep, and it doesn't keep you so high up. It's such a mellow. You can smoke it all day walking down the street, and you'll be good. Like,
do you have a
lemon kush?
Do you have a lemon kush song?
Oh no, I'm gonna make one now.
Yes, you got to. Like, look.
We coming out with a song, lemon kush.
Yes, make it, young. Please. I was smoking some. I got this purple diesel one night from this guy, and I was with this producer, and we was just in the studio smoking, and he said, "Yo, what is this that we smoking?" And he said it while I was in the booth. So I said, "Purple diesel." You know what I'm saying? So he was like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, purple diesel, like that, right?" So he was like, "Yeah, that shit like that." So we started the track, and I was like, "Purple diesel." You know what I'm saying? All through the track, that joke came out like that. We never put that track out. We need to put that track out. As a matter of fact, I'm going to find that track and I'm going to release it for everyone on SoundCloud. I will give y'all the Purple Diesel track on SoundCloud. Yeah, you got to do the Lemon Kush track.
Definitely.
Yeah, and it would be great if I could put a verse on that.
Oh yeah,
because I've actually had Lemon Kush several times, and it's marvelous. It's marvelous. It's just awesome. It's one of my time.
I don't think I've tried it yet.
It's really good, and it's not very citrus like because you hear the name lemon kush. It's not. It don't have that type of citrus smell, but when you smoke it, it's like you taste the flavor. It's definitely a taste to it.
So you like sativas more than indicas?
Definitely, yes. I'm a sativa girl. Yep.
Yeah. Jezebel, what you smoking on?
Right now it's the super glue, but if I tell you out West Virginia, I had a blast. I had some G13, some GMO, triangle sugar, blackberry cheesecake. Like I tried at least 12 different strands while I was out there.
Time out.
And I'm gonna save the rest for
West Virginia right now. Y'all are on fucking alert. Nobody in West Virginia thought to tell me all these flavors was out there.
West Virginia was lit. Like when things were really shut down, I think it was Delaware and West Virginia that had things open. You was able to go network. West Virginia and Delaware, they had something going on a few months ago.
Yeah. So like besides Atlanta, what is your favorite city that you visited?
LA. LA. So far I've connected in New York. So I've been in Manhattan, Harlem.
Okay.
I go to Miami for my birthday. I'm Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. So.
Oh, that's the 6th. Hey, Taurus.
Yeah. Mask up down there. I'm a Taurus too.
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah. Hey,
Taurus. I'll be in Miami doing some networking and definitely masking up because they wilding down there. Okay, I've heard about down in Florida. So, but now I'm safe. I'm going more so for working and networking, and then I come back for about 5 days, and then I'm back in LA. So, I'm this summer it's a moving jam. So I would definitely have to say LA. I don't really like Miami or like that. It's alright for the yachts and stuff. But it's definitely there for
the yachts.
Hello, and that beach.
Y'all are so like women got a life that is like super exciting. Like, do you
I love
imagine?
it.
Could you imagine how if I would have got on here and said I love Miami for the yachts, how they would have crucified
Mhm.
me? They would have been like, "Six, your ass on a yacht?
Mhm.
Like, what are you doing?" You know, like
Yeah.
women can be so lives can be so exciting. Like,
Yes.
like they just invite you guys on the yacht and they,
Yep.
and see, like I'm pretty sure like a weekend with Essence in Miami is a lot of okay, Essence, you're on the list. Sorry, Six, you can wait right here. Cause you all popular and shit.
Look, Miami is good for the party, like, but sometimes Miami can take you over. You got to ballot Miami.
Mhm.
I've been to Miami one time, and that was the last time I've been to Miami.
It will take you over.
That was the drunkest I ever got in my life.
Yes.
That's all you do down there.
That's
Drink and
it.
party.
Yeah, everybody, every corner. Got
Everything.
gas. Every corner there's a gas man. You know,
Mhm.
and like every time, like every corner I kept saying, got my own. But what really took me away when I was smoking my gas and I'm
Yeah.
walking past a guy that says he has the gas. I said, "Oh, I'm good, bro." He said, "Yeah, I can smell. I need to get some of that." So I was trying to figure out what were you gonna give me?
Exactly. The same thing.
Jesus.
No. I don't do that. You
And
got to
where was
bring your own pack when you go down to Miami.
Mhm.
and
That's
wasn't it Miami that gave Summer Walker a bunch of oregano?
Yeah, they be selling fake
yes,
weed out there.
they
Like
do.
Mm.
I
they
don't
be
do it.
selling fake weed. Like what?
Mhm.
2 years ago, like somebody tried to get me out. Oh no, thank you. I'm good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
they sell those nasty smoothies with whatever whey is and
Oh,
protein. Yuck. When someone tell me what whey is and why I found this way into a smoothie, then I will gladly cash out them something. If you could tell me what the purpose of that nasty add-on is.
you know it's. I don't really know the. I like. I've had smoothies with whey protein in it, and I just thought it was just the protein. You know, I don't really know what is whey.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I stay away from.
It's way
Like,
disgusting. I tell you that.
It's way
It
disgusting.
was way horrible. It was way horrible. So of course I got a really good lineup right here. But I want to ask you a question. And this probably this will be a little quick conversation, right? This will be a little quick spat. Quick spat. Why is it hard for people over 40 to accept that Soldier Boy is a legend?
You know, it's crazy because I don't know why people don't look at Soldier Boy. I respect Soldier Boy. He came into the game, first of all, starting up with millions of streams on YouTube, just putting it out there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Then you gotta think about his producing skills. Nicki Minaj, he's done music with Nicki Minaj. You know, he's done music with everybody in the game, really. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
his flow,
Beyonce. Yeah,
Beyonce, you know, his flow has started trends that we now hear, you know.
yeah, yeah.
So his credit, he definitely has credit due. He
N-
needs credit.
Are you on Old Book? I'm sorry, Mark. Don't put me in Facebook jail. Are you on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook. I'm not really in tune. I'm not on it every day, but I do
oh,
have a Facebook page.
So
yeah, oh,
I
Oh, but
I saw this post and I found it hilarious.
mm,
It was on Instagram, which is
mhm.
cool book right now, right?
Cool.
Instagram, and it said, "Why are people over 40? Why is it hard for them to accept that Soldier Boy is a legend?" So I say, interesting. Light bulb. I posted the question on Old Book. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Facebook, and this was an amazing experiment because
Mhm.
everyone over 40, well, let me not say everyone, a lot of the people over 40 were like, well, he's not a legend unless you're counting business, you know? and he
Yeah.
or he's not a legend. What did he start or what did he do or who is
Mhm.
Soldier Boy? Things like that. Really questions that was really dumb, right? And I
Mhm.
asked one of the guys who's like 50, he said to me, legends to him were Run DMC, a bunch of old guys. He named Jay-Z. He named Jay-Z, of course. I think
Yeah.
everybody named Jay-Z because they think that's the safe answer or whatever, right? But I mean,
Yeah.
like, to me, Jay-Z is a legend, you know, but he's a legend because he's been blessed to
Yeah.
be around nothing but legendary people,
Yeah.
right? His
Really.
circle is legendary, so it
That-
makes him a legend. I mean, Jay-Z hasn't really done anything legendary. I mean, he's just been able to attach his name to people doing legendary things. Like
Mhm.
he, like when I say that Jay-Z hasn't done anything legendary, he wasn't the first rapper to go platinum. You
Yeah.
know, he
Yeah.
wasn't the first rapper to sign a multi-major deal. You
Mhm.
know, he
Yeah.
wasn't the first rapper to sell out an arena. I mean, like, there's nothing that we can
Yeah.
say he was the first rapper to do. He's not even the first rapper to own his own label, you
Yeah.
know, or move into the president's position.
Mhm.
Now, he's not the first rapper to, you know, he's made a lot of money in learning how to move, you know, but he just not like, okay, Jay-Z's the first, right? Okay,
Yeah.
he just hit 100 million album sale, and someone was telling me this is why he's the GOAT. And I said, well, shit, Nicki
So then,
Minaj.
what makes Soldier Boy? I mean, like, what was? Because only thing I know is I feel like he was one of the first artists to really do the internet stuff. So
I was gonna say, I think the difference is vinyl and digital. You know, Soldier
Mhm.
Boy was that transition between being more vinyl and being more digital, going
Okay.
online, wanting to see streams, wanting to see videos, off of YouTube. YouTube was just popping really back then. So I think that Soldier Boy was definitely the start of the digital world, because now
Okay.
you rarely go into Best Buy and buy a CD, where at first it was like you was pressed to go to Target, pressed to go to Best Buy and buy a CD, and
Yeah.
now you just want to go on YouTube, you just want to go on iTunes, Spotify. You know,
And
I think that's what
when
changed it.
when did Soldier Boy? Let's see when Soldier Boy first came on the scene.
2007.
What is it, six or seven?
2007. Yes.
Yep, 7 years.
Now, in 2007 was a good year, but let's take a rewind trip.
Now watch me, yo.
Before Soldier Boy came along, what artists were we listening to on our cell phones as ringtones? I don't believe it was any. I believe it was just a generic.
It was. He started the ringtones. I remember that. I was pressed.
Before Soldier Boy came along, because mind you, I want people to remember as we're taking a trip down to 2007, Soldier Boy was already accruing 10 million views on YouTube before a record deal.
Millions before record deal.
So let's also go back to 2007. 25 million his net worth went up off of one song. He was able to flip. And we're not going to talk about the fact that he did all this on an independent label, Collie Park, under a 360 deal.
360. Whew.
So now we're going to fast forward to a few years later, because now he's DeAndre and he's doing it DeAndre's way. And there's a lot of artists who wants to come up under him. We're not going to talk about him going on his YouTube and discovering artists from Little B, you know, who became the bass god. And we all know Little B's powers and things that he does, curse a lot of good people. Then he says he found the Migos and brought them on out to LA and showed them the good life, what it's like to wear big, nice chains, be rappers. And they sure enough enjoyed that. In fact, their first video, he allowed them to do at his house. Drake wasn't even there. He couldn't even show up for the damn Versace video.
Versace,
Hey,
yes.
Soldier Boy believed in him.
Yes.
Oh wow.
You know, Soldier Boy believed in him.
Yes. Yes.
But then let's fast forward to a good year when everybody was saying, "Baby, you're my everything. You're my everything."
Baby, you're my everything.
But we did not talk about the fact that that whole project was pretty much Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy. So
he definitely deserves his props.
yeah, I mean, here we are now, 13 years later, and we can't do a cookout or a barbecue without that Superman dropping. I saw that they were teaching white kids the Superman song in an opera style.
Oh my goodness.
Like a kid bop form.
I saw that.
And that was an awesome.
Enjoy opera. Sorry.
I listen, like,
I I've seen Opera live.
I enjoy seeing black people winning. That's what I enjoy. And young black people at that. So when people ask me why Soulja Boy a legend, simply because he's done things that they haven't, you know. But let's just be in the asinine world that we live in, right? Simply because the definition, if you look up the definition of legend, everything that it says defines one like Soulja Boy. So he's a legend. Legend. And I had to say that on the air because there's a lot of people that was trying to not understand where we was going, because legends are being made right now, and it seems that legends are no longer born, they're made, they're created. And right now, the legacy of one Little Nas X.
Let's talk about it, because
let's talk about this, because I've been waiting.
I'm conflicted.
Give me 1 second.
I'm really
conflicted. A lot. Yes, Little Nas.
See? Rocking the boat, are we?
Oh.
Trying not to tip it over, are we? This is where
Little
you at?
Nas X. I had to run around my house for a second because I knew that this situation was gonna get spicy.
Oh yeah.
So my man. Now, have y'all seen anything or everything or some of it?
Yeah, you guys, y'all don't stone me to death, but those shoes are hot.
They are crack. They are crack. Listen, let me tell you one thing. I know why Black America mad. I know why you're
they
mad.
want the damn shoes.
They're $1,000. $1,018. $1,018, or is it $1,000 $1,008? They're more than they want to pay.
1,018, yeah.
You know, so with that, I seen America wake it up like cancel Nas X. That was the first thing I seen. Now, y'all, how do y'all think Nas X can be canceled?
Not right now.
I don't think so. I think he's too prime. He's in his prime right now. He's too influential right now to be canceled. You know,
and I use the word can and not will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want everyone to pay attention to the wording that I'm using here, because I want y'all to get what I'm saying here. This guy cannot be touched. In today's world, he's protected by every single thing that we stand for and have been fighting for in America.
Yeah.
I mean, just the last 8-10 years alone, we've been fighting for gay rights. And we can't even walk up certain streets without seeing the flags on every store, letting them know that they support. I mean, they got those hanging more than Black Lives Matter flags.
Yeah,
but then let's go on to the fact that there are Black Lives Matter flags. So now he's gay, he's black. Now he's rich. Now he has a following. So when we ask, how can cancel Little Nas X? When I see that from Old Book is awesome. But when I see that on anything, but it's mostly on Old Book, I question, how can we cancel Little Nas X? If you're white, you didn't cancel Ozzy Osbourne when he bit off the damn demon head.
Or Marilyn Manson.
Yeah,
or Marilyn Manson. And we all know a lot of them old heads, they wasn't cutting off the Goody Mob and Scarface and them when they was walking around with demons and punching the grounds and all that demonic shit that scared the hell out of me when I was a little one. I didn't even want to watch that Goody Mob. What's the little Bushwick Bill guy, the midget rapper? You know, I
Man,
mean,
Rest in peace, Bushwick Bill. How
rest
dare
in
you?
peace. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. But I'm gonna tell you one thing for sure. I did not want to watch my mind playing tricks on me.
I know that's right.
What was not demonic about that? What was not demonic about Scarface eyes turning black? And what was not demonic about Crossroads? You know,
Mhm.
so
Definitely.
what are
I
you
think it's
doing?
the sexual, it's the sex that's in it, along with the demonic stuff.
Uh, uh,
I
no,
think that's what's got people in an uproar. It's like people are still not comfortable, all the way comfortable with homosexuality like that. And in the
America.
video, for the way, like, however he was displaying or expressing himself, it kind of ruffles people's feathers. I say just don't watch the video.
Well, 21 million people watching on the first day. It's number one on YouTube.
Wow.
You
And
know,
You know,
Sunday.
I think the difference between the Bone Thugs and Harmony, the Crossroads video, and Little Nas X, I think it's the day and age, because back then it wasn't so openly as being demonic. You know, it was very hidden. It was more in the blind sight. Nowadays, people, millions of viewers on YouTube are watching out for things like this. So everything is called demonic now.
yeah,
Everything is so open. You can do this just trying to do a geometry, and they'll say, "Oh, you're with the Illuminati now." So I think that the society has changed, and that's why he's looked at as, "Oh, you're this, you're that," you know. But they were doing this way back in the 90s,
80s,
80s.
70s, since
You
the
know,
beginning of music.
now we know. Now we know what we're looking for. So we pick it. This generation is so judgmental. We judge everything that everybody does, and we call it something that it may not be. So
Like, honestly, our world has a problem with our culture has a problem with not being the first, right? They crucify you for being the first. The
they do.
reason why this has never happened, and let me tell you, America and everyone that's watching and listening and tuning in, it has never happened because we've never had an openly gay artist free to do whatever he wants to do.
That's true.
And you notice he didn't come out openly until after his song went #1. So he really did it strategically and very smart to not. He got those views, he got that following, he got that fan base, and then he openly said what he was, and he left it open to his fans to choose: are you going to still rock with me or not? So he did it strategically, and I don't
And
knock for how
yeah,
he, you know.
what
So
makes and
whose
what do you?
blood are in those shoes?
I
Because
know
I ain't gonna lie, those shoes are cute.
they
Yes, they
cute,
are.
because of that. I'm like, I don't know who blood.
Whose blood is in those shoes?
Man, look, they say it's his.
They
But
say it's
what do y'all like? Let me ask y'all, what do y'all think sets him apart from Frank Ocean being able to come out and being off the
It's
scene?
funny because I feel like Nas and Frank Ocean, they are so similar in my eyes. Like, they are so similar. And I thought of Frank Ocean when you was mentioning Jay-Z. And I was like, wow, Frank Ocean came from, under Jay-Z umbrella. And he kind of escaped from that and created his own way of success. So,
Right.
but nobody really canceled him in a way either. I feel like they criticized him more than they're doing Nas X, but I feel like he came in to do what he had to do and he left out and he was good with it.
Right.
Nas X is still here, like, I'm still with the label, I'm still doing this, I'm still promoting the things they want me to promote.
Right.
So
He's not
he's
going to change. The
he's not
label knew. The label knew exactly what they was getting when they signed him.
exactly
A Lady
perfect.
Gaga, a black male Lady Gaga.
The Black Lady Gaga, that is Little Nas X, and nothing about that's going to change because Lady Gaga hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Nope.
So it's going to be the same. We're
But
in
I'm not
2021.
gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie though, young. I'm not gonna lie, Jezebel. I do want to know who the hell blood in the shoes.
I do
I
too.
Because
mean, I just feel bad because when I saw the shoes, right?
yes,
Automatically, I'm like, "Ooh, I want them joints, right? Because they red and black,
Don't
and they
you hear
they got
blood?
the red." But see,
Mm-mm.
I didn't know that yet. I just saw the shoe. Then I read the article, and I was like, "Damn!" Like, I'm like, they say they call Satan shoes 666, and they
yes,
got blood in them. Damn,
yeah.
but them joints
Yeah.
not
Like
those.
I don't
Nah,
think
like,
they can get my money this time.
look,
He
I'm gonna
made
put
some
I'm gonna
cute
I'm gonna
ass
put a thought in the air.
controversial shoes.
I'm gonna put a thought in the air, young. I'm gonna put a thought in the air, right? What if when you go in to buy the shoes, like we saw Lil Nas X pair, his had his blood in it, right? Or blood in it. What if when you go to buy the shoes, you have to give them 2 drops of blood, well, 3 drops, one to sign and 2 for your shoes, and it's your blood in the shoes? What if they don't load them up until you buy them? Oh, that is tight.
You
Listen,
so
I wonder, I wonder, like it's crazy because I was saying, are we cursed by our shoes? Now, women, y'all started this. I gotta put this out there. Y'all started this because I heard something the other night, and it said us women look at the shoes first and judge you off the shoes, right? So now, if someone walk up with those shoes, and they fresh as hell, and you know he paid $1,000, $1,018 for them, are you about to now say that this nigga is balling or this nigga is a demon? How y'all going at that nigga in those shoes there?
I wouldn't call him a demon only because I really want the shoes. The only reason why I feel like and it's fucked up that I feel like I can't buy these shoes because
blood in it.
because of my beliefs. But it's just a fucking shoe. And it's fucking cute.
Could you imagine if you bust
should I
that
sit up
bubble?
all night and drop that $1,000 to get my shoes, or do I just say no because my faith I can't rock those shoes, but they're just shoes.
Hey Jezebel, I promise you, like if I had a budget for shoes that allowed me to spend $1,000 on them, like I mean, like I'm sure the guys that buying those Pradas and those Balenciagas, $1,000 is nothing to them, right? That's nothing. I mean, I buy Yeezys. Those
They got blood in them, man.
I think that is the set off right there.
Like, come on, man.
But you know what made me want the shoes though? When Nike disowned them. I was just like, what?
Hold on, wait, back up. When did they disown them?
They did.
So Nike put out reports saying that they have no affiliation with this shoe and that it's not their shoe. It is a Lil Nas X and this company collaboration.
I thought it had a Nike. It looked like an Air Max.
It does.
It's definitely an Air Max. It's a 97 Air Max Nike. However, Nike is not endorsing the design or anything like that. They
just trying to save their ass now because they got the heat.
Exactly.
They're gonna get the heat because they're the brand. It's the brand.
I say when I see those shoes, I'm gonna say those are demon Nikes. Those are Satan Nikes. I'm not. But like I said, if I had $1,000. And now I want them because Nike has disowned them. I'm that guy that as soon as someone says, I look at the shoes and I'm like, oh, no one wants them. They just kicked them out. It's like their parent kicked them out. I'm like, I got a place. Let me just put them in my closet. Plus, I'm thinking that the upsell value is gonna be retarded on them Jones.
Oh man, they dropped today.
Yeah, he should have waited to June 6th.
That would have been better marketing. Look, I'm thinking business level.
Me too.
You said he should have waited to when?
June 6th.
Because the shoe, the way the shoe is, it would have sold more. It would have been more marketable to do with this.
Yeah, and speaking of June 6th,
but you know what? He still did it on a full moon, which they call like a blood type of moon thing.
Wow, so hold up. Wait, that's tonight?
No, that was
last night.
Yeah, last night. So all of this was over the weekend.
Midnight today.
Yeah.
So like 12 a.m. today.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody became a vampire last night.
They sold out. You guys, they sold out in under a minute.
Well, it was only 600. Well, big deal. It was only 666 pair. But I'm going to Facebook with that one. They sold out in under a minute.
No, so under a minute.
So right now there's 666 fucking demons walking around here with blood. Oh my God! And listen, there's some super vampires tonight that was able to get Nike blood. They were able to get Nike blood
On the
and be
full moon.
on a full moon. Wow. And
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
Essence, you dope for knowing that. Like, I didn't even know that. Now, what did you do?
I was trying to think, like, why is it coming out right now, like out the blue? I was like, is it about to be an earthquake or something? You know, they always drop something when something about to drop off. So, but no, it was a full moon, and I was like, oh, okay, well, if they're calling them Satan's shoes, and you know how, you know, the whole mythology of Satan and the full moons are so connected, I thought that may be why.
No,
last
that's
update
brilliant.
on the shoe before we go. So Nike is suing the company that made the shoe.
What?
According to TMZ, this just dropped 45 minutes ago. They're saying that basically the company is trying to sue. Nike is trying to sue the company that made Lil Nas X shoe because of the affiliation and all this other stuff. But
Oh wow!
Well,
for
guess what?
trademark they're suing for trademark infringement. Because the
Wow.
swoosh logo is still prominently featured on X's shoes.
Mm.
Buy custom theirs.
They probably they bought a custom pair of Nikes and then put their own twist and you know. So I can see why Nike is doing it. I don't think Nike's doing it because the shoe wasn't hot. I think they're doing it to save their edge. The controversy surrounding the shoe is so big that I think that's what it is.
Y'all know what this lawsuit is, right? Y'all know what this lawsuit is. This is what we call in the hustling world hush money. Right?
Hush
money.
So
it's like, yeah, these are not Nikes. No, these are not Nikes. But we're gonna put on paper that this is how you paid us. You know, so we already know how much we're gonna make off this. We know our cut because these are Nikes. Duh, we need our cut, but they're not Nikes. So we're gonna sue you so we get our cut instead. How genius is Nike? These people are amazing, and I tell you what, ain't no better way to sell a Nike. The shoe's gonna still get sold. Nike's gonna still get there and get cut, and it's still sold out in under a minute. Legendary. And it's pretty cool he didn't drop it on June 6th because on June 6th, that So 6 will be dropping, and that's gonna be crazy. Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. So look, y'all.
Are you canceling him or is he here to stay?
Nas X is Essence.
I'm like, woo. I was about to say Little Nas, he's not canceled. You know, the shoe may be. They're canceled regardless if they're sold out.
Yeah.
I would say Little Nas is. You know, he can still make great. I will never take somebody's creativity away from how they go out and make their money.
The shoe selling out in under a minute. This shows you just how uncanceled he is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't cancel. Look at the shoe. You know, he don't care. He even said, you know, he thinks that his fans who's bashing him are stupid and idiotic, and they should, you know, listen to his stream his music. You know, he's still promoting the shoe. You know, it's nothing to them. They're millionaires. They don't care. You know. So.
And honestly, I don't think Lil Nas X got a cut out of it either way. He's probably already been paid just to put his face on it, a little endorsement, whatever. It's like a bottle of liquor.
Exactly. An endorsement.
Mm-hmm. You know? Another win for the young guy. So, speaking of things done for money, and this is interesting because we already know this was done for money, but Boosie, you seen the smack gone viral?
What smack?
Boosie paid a crackhead $500 to smack him for a music video. However, someone could have told Boosie that they do act like they're getting smacked because he smacked the shit out of this man. I mean, I know this guy's ears are still ringing today from that smack. When I saw the smack, I saw the initial video and I was like, oh shit, Boosie just wilded out in the motherfucking liquor store, right? But then I'm like, why was that crackhead so close to Boosie in the first place? Then it came out later that it was for a music video. And then it came out later that he was paid $500 for that smack. So I say, $500 for a smack? Would you take it?
No. $500 no for me, baby. Okay, I smack back.
They're like, oh, cut.
Double up.
No.
Yeah.
That's
Let-
$500.
let-
Not on camera. I don't care video or none. That's $500. If it's a video, I need more than that because that's views.
Yeah, so how much are now we have to set a new price on Smacks. And I think here on Boss Biz Radio, because we like to tell people how to do the biz in the music business, it's our due diligence to tell all the crackheads around the world how much they should be charging per smack in a music video. Now, Essence, that's a good number because I'm gonna tell you like this: if that said artist is a Boosie, he's gonna get millions and millions of views on this video. So unless you're gonna get like some type of compensation on those views in that video, which I doubt, you should be making sure that smack is well worth it. 5K is a very good number, a very good number. But when you think about, hey, maybe that artist may make 5K a month off that video. Maybe, hey, did this smack? Is this smack the only reason that they are watching this video? You got to start negotiating, crackhead.
If it's just a smack, then I'm gonna need 5K plus sync royalties. I'm gonna have to pull up a contract at that point. I need sync royalties.
So all crackheads, for future reference, right? If y'all get approached to get smacked in a music video, ask that rapper to ask them for their Instagram, and you hit I Am Sixxcess, at Boss Biz Radio, at Jezebel the Truth, at Essence, and we will help you negotiate that smack. Because I promise you, you deserve more than $500 for it.
Yes, I can't believe $500. Who would take that?
Boosie eats $500.
Okay,
yes.
That's
he should have gave that man $500, a pound of weed, and gave that liquor store a supply. He could have been able to be nice and good. And he could have put him in a hotel room. He could have gave him a nice outfit, a decent outfit, but
a room, a meal.
Boosie got some new drink out called the Boosie Juice. Y'all gonna drink that?
Boosie Juice.
He came out with some water too, right?
Man, Boosie coming out with everything. That's how you know you old. When you get old, you start to make the shit.
I wouldn't mind tasting it.
You wouldn't mind tasting a drink called Boosie's Juice?
I would try it,
See, women. See what I say? Women can live an exciting life. You can post online, I'm drinking Boosie's juice. could I post online, I'm drinking Boosie's juice? You see how double-standard? You see how unfair society is when we start breaking down how hard a black man has it in America? We can't even be like, I'm drinking Boosie's drink.
You post Boosie's juice.
No, we can't say that. We can't say that. Not at all. So Essence, did you see that video of the white woman calling the guy a bitch ass nigga?
No, where that happened
at? Jezebel, where did that happen at?
That's a good question. I do not know exactly.
If I had to say it, I would say New York.
New York.
Yeah, because the baby father definitely seemed like a New Yorker to me. And of course he's black. The baby father's black. She had her kids with her, and the guy refused to serve her. And she said, "You won't serve me. Why? Because you're a bitch ass nigga."
And this was in Manhattan.
This is in Manhattan.
Wow.
Manhattan. So, like, here on Sixxcess, Joe, and Rolling with Sixxcess, I like to do something interesting. I like to play devil's advocate, right? But on this one, I can't play devil's advocate on this one. I would have probably hopped from behind the counter and slapped that hoe. I would have lost my job that day. So before we get into this piece, let's clap it up for the black man who didn't lose his job that day.
He did really good.
Now, I'm going to say, if you haven't seen this video, Essence, it's one of those videos that is real interesting. You want to see it. because it
I'm
shows
gonna
you
check that out.
it
Stop.
shows you a different light. It shows you a different light. Not on white people. We know that they don't give a shit. But on
But on
young
us, yeah.
black men, young black
Mm-hmm.
men, he handled it.
Black community,
I
yeah.
heard I heard his manager in the background say, "You don't have to, you don't have to, you don't have to go ahead and give. You don't have to service her. You don't have to service her." And I committed that manager. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but I was wondering why did that have to be said?
Yeah.
I would have been like,
That.
I'd have been like this. You're done. You know,
So,
you're done.
so my thing is like they said she had a run-in with the bakery before because they wanted her to wear a mask and she got irate and stuff. So she just seems to have a problem here at this place.
Well, like, you know what's crazy? Everyone that kirks on white people for not wearing a mask, y'all have to understand. Just like in the slavery days, they had books that we couldn't read and get our hugs to. Now there's radio stations, right? And you know, sometimes when you flick it through your stations and you hear those little weird stations and like that sound like a transmission coming through. If you
Mm-hmm.
sometimes stop and listen to them, you'll hear white people giving other white people secret messages. So I think on one of those channels, white people being told that they're safe, they don't have to wear masks. You know, they're good to go. Because all white people seem to have a problem with wearing masks in places
Yeah.
where it was obvious to wear masks. You know,
Yeah.
I haven't seen one video, and someone can show me, you know, because I would love to see it. But I haven't seen one video where a black person was declining to wear a fucking mask.
Yeah. No.
Well, I did see that one video with the two chicks that got off the plane coming from Chicago, and they refused to wear a mask, and then they started fighting everybody, you know.
Oh.
But I don't count that. I don't count that. I don't count that. I don't count that. But they said they were willing to wear masks, but hey,
Mm.
How about she claims to be a black woman and that she's not racist because her kids are black?
well, with
Wow.
the well, I
Alleged.
mean, let's like I know that she's tripping by saying that, but maybe she's going by the saying if you have any black in you, then you're black, because that's how the white community will kick your ass out, right? And
Mm.
someone has to tell her that that's not a black man having sex with you. That's your daddy or mommy being black, you know.
Yeah.
So
But
maybe she's just confused.
do you believe indeed that one cannot be racist because their children are of another race?
Um.
So that is a good question.
Yeah.
Essence, what do you think?
Your children aren't you. You just birthed them. You know, if you're Caucasian and you happen to, create a child with an African American, it doesn't make you African American. It makes you Caucasian and your children biracial. It's the difference. So
Yeah, but I guess to answer that question, right? You can't be racist if your kids are black.
I feel like you can. I feel like you still can. I feel like you could still be racist. You know, she may be racist to her damn husband. She may be like, "Nigga, sit your ass down," and he may not look at it as nothing in the house. So when she goes out and do
Ah,
it, she may be thinking, "Well, my husband take this shit, so maybe
yeah.
I'm have to." You know?
You right. You right. You right. Like these niggas could be her trophies, like shit.
Yeah, like
I
she
ain't
could
even look at it that way.
get out.
Yeah, you right. Nah, you 100% right.
You know?
Nah, and like honestly, for the first time, ever, I gotta say, I'm agreeing with you, Essence. Fuck that white
Now,
bitch.
if the parent is indeed racist, do you think
Yeah.
the children will see it as their parents being racist?
I
Or
would
would
hope not. I would hope not because we don't. I feel like it's a black community. We accept a lot of biracial kids, but the problem with biracial kids is you may have one that's more black than the other, and so one morals may be different than the other. One person, and it's not just with white kids; it's with light skin, dark skin, and in our own community. Light skin, we think that they white, and
Yep.
dark skin, dark differently. So I
And it's
think it all
still
about
based on
the
how you
mindset of the
raised.
parent. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say the mindset of the parent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's how they raised, man. Because
It's just
that's
like with
that's weird.
white kids not born racist. Their parents is racist from being taught by their parents and their parents' parents, and now they ass is acting like their grandparents because it's in the mind of what's been taught down.
Yes,
Right.
and like I tell everybody, I don't know this lady's situation, but the reason why she can definitely be racist is because she's white
Mm-hmm.
and she holds authority and power because she's white over a man's position. Because
Mm-hmm.
had she chose another way, had I don't know this guy's boss, but he could have lost his job for that. For her bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
He coulda.
Anything could have happened. In white America, like they call somebody and say whatever, share
Mm-hmm.
their version of the events, and the ending doesn't even matter. Right?
It doesn't.
So
Yep.
so yes, she could very much so be
Mm-hmm.
racist as hell because she's white, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But her kids, it's like Essence said, it's got to be whatever they identify with.
Mm-hmm.
That would determine if they're racist or not. Because if they're black, I mean, well, if they growing up and they say that they're white at any point of their life,
Yeah.
then they're racist as hell to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Like, I'm just saying because you can't acknowledge like you can't be like I'm white when you have a black parent. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I'm white. Like why are you saying you're white? Because you acknowledge that your opportunities are better.
Yeah, I'm about to say definitely.
Why you know what I'm saying? You acknowledge there's a safety valve with you being
Mm-hmm.
white. You know what I'm saying? So you start identifying with that, and that's only because your parents taught you that. Like, hey, no, you white. You know, put on the Brooks Brothers shirt so you don't get the police don't say nothing to
Brother,
you're going to get the job. You know what I'm
So
saying?
what
yeah.
if
You're
it's the
good.
opposite? So they shouldn't even identify as just black either. They should just state biracial
Well,
because you
like
can't claim one
the
over the
thing
other.
about like you realize black people don't identify as anything. Even like they ask us to answer that question on the application, what's our race, but they expect us to put African American or other, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they give the white people so many categories: Irish American, English American, white American, powdered
Mm-hmm.
dairy. It's like whoa, why can't I be
Why
something
can't it?
else? All these other options, right? So
Mhm.
we can't identify with anything else because of our skin color, no matter what.
Mhm.
It's all they're gonna be like that black person. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's a dark Mexican, you know, so the reason why the Mexicans try to identify is because some of them are our complexion, and while they're running, they're never going to say a Mexican's running. They're going to say it's a dark complexion. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
African American until they catch that nigga, like, oh, our bad, it's
Yep.
bad,
I
it's
bet.
Mexican.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like shit, they don't give a damn. They're not about the. So we can't do that. So no matter what, if they identify and address their identifications, then they're racist.
Yeah.
I mean, if they walk
So
around like I'm black, if they walk around like I'm
should we
black,
be
like what?
allowed to choose our race as we are allowed to choose our gender?
Yes.
Yes, I agree with that, and I've been fighting that. I've been saying that for a while. So,
Yes.
but when I was applying for jobs, I had stopped saying that I was black and started saying I was white. And the reason why is because one of the applications I filled out, it actually broke down what these were, as if just saying it wasn't enough. So
Mm.
it said white, born in North America, North American descent. I said, okay, sounds like me. I was born in North America. All right. Then it says like Irish or something like that. I
Mm.
said, okay, I've never been to Ireland. Okay, cool. You know, and it's like, Samoan or something. Okay, I've never been to Hawaii or whatever. Cool. And it's like black, African, born in Africa. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm white. I I never was born. I wasn't born in Africa. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's the only thing it said. You know what I'm saying? I was
Mhm.
like, oh, this shit fucked me up. It fucked me
Yeah.
up. You know what I'm saying? So I said to myself, I'm white.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the only thing that they see is our skin color, but we're all white in reality, based on the white definition. Why is
Mhm.
But my thing is, why haven't that movement started yet, though? Because I'm like, if now they just signed a bill where kids can choose at a young age what gender they want to be, and uh, transgender women are now as equal as biological women, um, why can't we choose our race? Like, why haven't they, like, why
Essence,
does race even matter if it's supposed to be equal?
you
For
want to
they
take
say for census purposes, but for what?
take a stab at that one?
I don't think
Cause I
that.
know the answer.
Yeah, it's crazy to me because I don't think that anybody should be judged based off their cut. I don't think that it should be on there. I don't think that it should be what is your race or what is your ethnicity, what is your, who are you, it's
Right.
I think that they should look based off your talents and what you've done, your actual resume,
Right.
and not worry so much based off of who you are, skin color wise, because I feel like when somebody asks me, well, are you this, are you that, where are you from, it's like, are you gonna judge me if I tell you,
And you know they are.
they judging me,
Mm-hmm.
not even it's the same thing with the felony. So if you're putting on here that I need to tell you if I've ever been locked up, even if I don't have a felony, you're still
You
gonna
can.
judge me.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Based on my answer.
it starts to become, do you want to be honest or do you not, to make it
Mhm.
into white America?
But like, and let me tell y'all what's sad, right? The answer is so simple
Mm-hmm.
that it's scary. But the reason why, Jezebel, we would never ever be able to say, hey, I'm white or hey, I'm this, is because of power, right? There's a certain power that's allotted to your race. And there's a level of power allotted to your race. And that's why jobs ask you, because they know I only have to hire a certain amount,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest I can assume based on their background or based on their culture,
Culture.
this is what I'm going to get out of them. I
Yep.
heard I was at a job and I was working with a Chinese friend, and the manager said, "You're supposed to know these things. You're Chinese," and he laughed, and I said, "Bro, what the fuck does that mean?" Like he's like, because Chinese people are supposed to be smart, I guess. I said,
Mm-hmm.
"Bro," why the fuck do you think I know? You know what I'm saying? He's like, do you know how to
They're
do it?
the biggest cheaters.
I said, yeah, I know how to do it, but fuck him. I'm not doing it. So I'm like, man, it's power.
It's
If you
definitely power.
like, they don't care about you saying your sex. Well, like, they don't care about a man saying he's a woman because that's a win for America, right? And they don't care about a woman saying she's a man because that's
That's a
another win for America. That woman that's saying she's a man is now saying, I don't want to procreate. I'm good with keeping this like it is. I'm a man, you know? So even if they go out and adopt, that's still not procreation. You know what I'm saying? That's just raising someone else's
yeah.
procreation. But at the end of the day, they know, and they know America knows. This person says, "Bam, I'm I'm done." And if this is a man that says I'm a woman, they know that this person now that says, "Bam, I'm no longer a fighter."
Exactly.
Especially if he's a black man. He's saying,
Mhm.
I'm submitted completely to having to fight or be in any war. Now,
Mm.
let's just say that for all my people that are transgender, I'm not dogging or saying anything bad or anything like that. But what I'm just saying, put it in retrospect, a transgender cannot go into the military. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're not gonna go and
No, that
bring a
makes
transgender in, right? So they already know, all right, they out the war, they out to fight. Um, and now transgenders are fighting for a lot of rights and a lot of things that even take them off of the scale of verbal abuse, right? So it's like, all right, they don't want no pressure. They just want to be left alone. Cool.
Mhm.
We good with those people, you know what I'm saying? And again, they're saying we don't want to procreate. Okay? Because at the end of the day, less people, more money for the big rigs. Less money we got to figure out, less money we got to give tax time, all that good stuff. So we good. For real, you know what I'm saying? For real.
yes.
Like they love the people that do on their taxes single all the time, no kids, they love those people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They treat them like royalty. They make the people that's married and stuff like that. They make them go through extra
They go
loops and
to hell, yeah.
wait. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, how we a family of 7 and it's him and he already balling out of control. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like those things play into America's grand scheme of things. But you changing your race?
Yeah.
Oh
That was
my!
a whole different story.
Woo! It's gonna be a lot of people that's like, oh no, his black ass is not me. He's
Yeah.
not white. It's like,
Yeah.
sir,
But
look
how
at
can you
my
tell
ID.
me what I
Sir,
am and what I feel inside? Where's this movement? Like that's what I'm
Exactly.
wondering about.
that
It
that
should
movement
definitely
is
be equal. If you're able to choose your gender, you should be able to choose your
Choose your
race.
race.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
It's fair. But America isn't fair.
No, it's not fair.
You
It's
know?
America is economics. It should be.
Yes.
When they was thinking about how to call it, some white guy was like, "Hey, let's call it economics." They was like, "No, you said America." He said, "No, I said economics." You know, so they was like, "Nah, that we can't name it economics." But I like that American idea. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's how they got this name. It was an accident from them not understanding the blabbermouth screaming out economics. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all
Mhm.
about money here. It's all about they were over in British or wherever the fuck they came from,
Thanks,
making pennies. Yeah, they was like, shit, we can go over here and pimp new people that
Yeah.
don't know off this system. You know what I'm saying? And like it's crazy because America is the music industry. Have you ever watched the history of America?
No, I
Man,
haven't.
listen, if you watch, look up on YouTube the history of America, right? And it's going to
Mhm.
tell you like how America was made, how they came
Mhm.
over here, they settled, they couldn't figure out what to do, so they needed to get loans, and they got loans, and they started building, and once they started building, they started advancing and exploring and making new territories, discovering resources, and now those resources started making other people come up with ideas because see when they went to San Francisco they found gold. You know what I'm saying? And everybody run over to San Francisco to get gold. And the people that just couldn't get there said, well, fuck, how can we do it? So some genius said, well, let's send over axes and axe picks and shovels, you know? So them people were in New York and they sent everybody over in San Francisco shovels and axe picks because they couldn't get gold. So they got them to spend the gold, you know what I'm saying? Which was genius. So now they doing this and they like, man, all these people in New York are getting richer than us, but we're over here looking for gold. Well,
Mm.
why are they getting richer in New York? You know? Well,
Mm.
let's go back to New York and figure it out. So now they're all working for these people that are you know, giving out the resources, the
Yeah.
shovels, the axe picks, and whatnot. And they're all workers, and they're trying to figure out making these things for these companies. These companies are getting richer, and they're saying, "Look, we need a way to identify these people. We need to know who's rich, who's poor. Let's make clothing." So that's when the South comes in. They're like, "Hold up, they don't
Mhm.
got a place for the clothing. They don't got a place for the cotton." So they was like, "Let us get the cotton popping. Let us get that shit going and send it to New York." You know what I'm saying? And then New York is going to buy the cotton and make the clothes. So then now we're going to be rich. So now everybody in New York is like, damn, if everybody in New Orleans and the South is getting richer
Yeah.
than us off clothes, let's go down there, you know? So it's a lot like the music industry. That's how it works. Like you see it and you build on it. And it's like, all right, I can't get in there. I'm gonna do it this way, you
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna make money. And that way, like if I get it that way, then I'll be still better off than the other people I was trying to get in front of. You know what I'm saying? It's the
Mhm.
only people. It's only the people that get stuck and stagnant and not understanding that if you evolve in it, you're going to grow with it.
Exactly.
You know.
But what if
So,
you're content? Like
but
I meet a lot of artists that are just content. Like they
what's
don't really want much.
but see the thing about it is, what is contentment? Is it just like settling in?
I was about to say contentment to me is settling, and you can't really settle in this business because then you'll end up broke.
Yeah,
That's true. What up, Soul Honey Money?
what
Shout
it
out
do?
to
What it
Honey
do? What
Money.
it do? So I'm sitting there like, what is just being content and comfortable, right? Because at the end of the day, you make music, and we all know that music has shelf life, but music never has a has an unending amount of value that it can accrue. Right? You
Mhm.
can do one song and maybe worth nothing this year. 10 years later, is paying your house off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, I'm up, right? So yes, you can be happy and content with having your house, having your
Mhm.
car, and being there. But then those conversations are out of your realm. They're not for you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're
Yeah.
not. You already know what you want to do. You're done. But what about the other artists that 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 get in the music business and maybe living in or maybe doing what they got to do on a small scale, but want to know how can I do this? Because a lot of artists they get in the game and they doing all these shows and doing all these showcases, and then they get to the point where, all right, man, I'm just gonna go to work, you know. And I tell a lot of artists, well, have you looked at the other avenues? I mean, like we talked about last week, streaming,
Mhm.
syncing, licensing and syncing,
Yeah.
songwriting and ghostwriting, things of that
Mhm.
nature. Um, but a lot of artists are not looking on those other avenues, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Mm.
I know one artist personally who admitted that his music was not really good. He couldn't really, no one wanted to hear it, no one wanted to
Mm.
see him perform it. And he got to the point where he just was like, duh, over it, right? But yeah, he still brings in 5 stacks a month. And that's just off music, right? So everybody's like, damn,
How?
how? Yes, interesting. Because all he
Mhm.
does is license and sync his music because he realizes, all right, my friends, my family don't want to hear it, and that's not cool. But fuck them.
Mhm.
Let me go ahead and try
Mhm.
another avenue, because there's billions of people in the world.
Yeah.
There's
So.
Mm.
billions. And guess what started happening for this guy? People that was making YouTube videos, they started saying, "Hey, can I use this song in this YouTube video?"
Yeah.
And he started saying, "Sure, please." You know, and of course, a lot of artists make this mistake: pay me, pay me now. But this artist didn't, because he understood having his music registered and owning his publishing and owning his rights to his music. So what did he do? He
Mhm.
registered every show that web series did, and that web series been running for years now, and they still use his music to the day. They hit him up, "You got a new show? Got some music?" And he's like, "Yeah," and he registers it, and now he's just living the dream, right?
Mhm.
And I asked him, I said, when the last time you worked? He laughed at me, because I knew the last time he worked. It's been a long time. I never seen him work. I never seen him have a job. So these are things that I tell artists, man, we gotta look at this world like America,
Exactly.
right? What what is a loan? What is a deal? A loan, you know? What do you do with that loan? You use it to build your resources and to advance your resources.
Mhm.
Now, your resources is not a chain unless it is. Because
Yeah.
I tell you, rappers, you need a chain, all right? But it's not like the end of the world if you don't have one, right? Now, it's not your house, your wardrobe, but you want to buy your house so that you can work in, right? You go and you
Mhm.
get your nice little spot. But rent you a spot, rent you a spot to your albums, sell out a couple of albums. Rent you a nice house though. Don't go get you a piece of shit house in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Like, do something cool with your shit. You know what I'm saying? You can pay your
Mhm.
you can rent off a house for the year for about 12,000,
Yep.
15,000, 20,000.
Pay it off
You
in full. That's the best
Yeah,
way.
you pay it off for the year, you rent it out. That way you can put yourself to work, get
Yeah.
there, go on tour. I would tour the
Mhm.
whole year. I would tour the whole year that you paid up your rent, because you'll already start seeing your cruise back in,
Mhm.
you know. But
Mhm.
artists,
Mhm.
we gotta start putting our moves and our feet to the grind. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like Essence
Yeah.
have now the best time of the year was royalty time, or is royalty time. And it is that time of the year for us. You know, we got publishing coming in this month, and we got writers domestic coming in next month.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you haven't been out the country yet. Are you seeing international royalties yet?
I have not. I haven't gotten them in yet, but I am seeing. I'm doing very well overseas, which I'm shocked about. I just seen my analytics, so yes, I will be getting my first international soon.
Yeah, nah, don't be shocked about it, young. Like your music is dope. The R&B
Mhm.
is popular, like it's
It
really
is.
popular. It's
Mhm.
I think that R&B artists have it hard, but not as hard as rappers.
Yes, I would definitely have to agree with that. Definitely.
That's why I think the R&B the rappers that be singing win.
Mhm.
You know,
Because it's become more of a, it's still R&B, but then you add soul, I mean trap soul to it. So it's like
yeah,
it becomes trap soul at that point, where you still got a kick and a bass, but then you still got the melody of a piano.
yeah.
So
That
Yeah.
like it's the ability to turn your voice into instruments and
instrument,
fit it in there. You know,
yeah.
like I have a lot of rappers that like to just rap. And like they say, you're not a rapper though. You're not a rapper. That's what they all say to me, right? They all call me. They all say to me, I'm not a rapper, and I'd be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. One of my friends, one of my friends likes to remind me every time he gets it, every chance he gets. You know, I only listen to rap music, and you're not a rapper, so I don't listen to your music, but I just want you to know I see you doing your thing, and I'm proud of you. And I'm like, thanks, man. I really want you to listen to my music. He's like, nah, I don't listen to that shit. You know? I'm like, well, what type of music? You know, like, I mean, come on. I can't give you the he likes FDB Duck and those type of guys,
Oh,
drill music. You
you
know what
like
I'm saying?
drill. I was gonna say
Yeah,
drill.
he like stuff like that gangster shit. He want me riding down on him and shooting him down. He wants some music he can commit a murder to. You know?
I
And
love
And here
I
you
like
come with the
about
happy
that life. You
music.
say about that life music.
yeah, you know that's what I start calling it. I don't make that about that life music. You know what I'm saying? Like when Kanye West came on the scene and told me that I didn't have to, that I could rap about, life, having a good time,
Yeah,
enjoying it, being fresh, things like that. Being in love, things like that. I want to rap about those things.
yeah.
Can I
That
can
was to the people.
can I breathe? You know what I'm saying? Like, can I breathe? Like shit. So, Essence, you got any projects coming up?
I do. I'm working on an official project with about 6 or 7 songs. So
Okay.
I'm trying to drop that in May. So that's why I've been back and forth to Atlanta, LA, doing videos, recording. So definitely between May and June, I'm definitely dropping a project. The summer is Essence, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
Yes.
Essence. Yeah,
I
so I'm
like that. I like that.
I have singles lined up until the
Yeah.
album, and then from there we kicking it off with a single and a video, and then boom from there.
Now it's Mon Dukes. It's Mon Dukes because I remember Mon Dukes is like your
Oh, she's
biggest.
lit.
She's your biggest fan. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna lie. Like my mom, I thought my mom was a fan, but my mom she said things like, "I can't share that because you cuss too much," right?
Oh,
But she's still a fan. But your mom,
she with it.
yes. Like so Ma Dukes is very excited.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, she is the biggest fan.
Yeah.
Lord, I be trying to tell her, calm down, it's okay. I
Nah,
think
she
I think I told her the other day. I said, "Mom, I just want you to be a mom," and she's like, "I am," but she's so turned. I love my mama. She's. I can't even say she's my manager. She's more than my manager.
yeah.
She's my biggest fan. She's my manager. She helps me out. She's momager.
Now
Yeah.
now we all know that a lot of the big dogs, celebrity R&B artists, moms were or are their managers, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got the Kardashians, we got
Yep.
what's the other one? Deb. We
Yeah. Yeah.
got
Yep.
we
Yep.
got
Yep.
who else we got? What's her name? We got who else we got? Her name is on my mind. But we got all these moms that
Yeah.
doing manage like manager, right? who would you compare your mom to and like if you had to compare your mom to a manager in the game?
I would have to, I would have to say Deb or Lyrica Anderson mother. I think it's a mixture
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Lyrica mom and Deb together. Business will still turn up. It will turn up on you.
yeah. The only thing I don't like about Lyrica's mom is that she don't turn off the spotlight off her.
Oh yeah, she don't.
She would be at her daughter's concert or
And
at
it'll
her
be
daughter's meeting and reminding them that she sing
yeah,
and that she got a project. It's not like
Lyrica
that.
G.
Yeah, she's a straight hustler. She be hustling that project to the end, boy.
She
She learned from
will.
Ike. She learned from Ike. She learned from Ike.
She learned from Ike. She reminds me of Ike.
Yeah. So Ike Turner's Proud Murray song is about marijuana.
Wow. Listening to it, I never would have got that.
Sing it slowly. Go on, sing it slowly. Yeah, the big wheel keep on turning.
Yeah,
Proud Mary keep on
bird.
burning as
Oh,
we roll it. Mm-hmm.
Rolling, yeah.
So now I am on a quest. I am on a quest to find all the songs that are secretly about rolling meth
marijuana.
and
Yeah,
smoking weed.
Mary
And I
Jane.
want to make the ultimate
Proud
playlist.
Mary.
I will make the ultimate playlist, and Primary is going to be on it. I
Oh,
was walking around my house this week, and I was slowly singing it, and I was casually walking down, waking up my kids for school, and I was like, "Wait a minute, this song's about weed." And I reversed the lyrics slowly, and I played them back forward, and I was like, "Yep, this is about weed, and this is it. I like it now. I like it." So that is it. That is it for me. So now we got a thing here. What was your best love album of the last decade?
Oh, last decade love album. Ooh, last decade, 10 years. That's a lot.
Well, let's
Yeah.
say, where would you rank Juice WRLD's Good Riddance, Goodbye, and Good Riddance?
On a scale from 1 to 10, how would I rate it?
Yes.
Juice WRLD, I would have to give it a 6.
A 6. That's a good number. It's a good number.
Then give it a 6.
So what if I told you that album was rated the best love song album of the
What?
decade?
Of the
Really?
decade?
Yeah.
I haven't even heard it.
Well, a lot of us haven't. I hadn't heard it until today. When I saw that today, I went and listened to it, and it was amazing. It brought tears to my eyes. Juice WRLD was a genius. I only wish that he was still around because I would like to let him know that he's a genius. Awesome album. And when y'all get a
I
chance,
really like Juice WRLD.
listen
Juice
to it.
WRLD is pretty good. I feel like some of his music can become depressing, but I felt like it was depressing because of
It's
what
all
he went
breakups.
through.
Yeah.
It's his emotion. So his emotion he left out on a platform to be heard, but it should be heard by the person who's going through similar emotions that's trying to get, overcome those things. So
Yeah, and it's crazy.
I feel sad he's gone.
It's crazy because until I didn't never listen to his music, right? But until I seen that it was on this list of love albums, and I was like, a love album, Juice WRLD, and I listened to it, and I realized that this is about a breakup that he's going through, and he's sad, he's broken hearted, and he's getting high to just forget these things, and now I understood Juice WRLD a little bit more, and I was like, all right. So yeah, everybody that hasn't listened to it, y'all should go and check out that Goodbye and Good Riddance. So speaking of Goodbye and Good Riddance, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt all my DMVettes. Crystal's skating ring
I
It's
know.
closing on April 5th indefinitely.
Hey, how does that make y'all feel before I tell the world
Bad.
how I
So
feel?
bad.
You had
Bad
good times at
childhood.
Crystal's? Yeah,
Awesome times at
yeah,
Crystals. Yes.
yeah.
I haven't been in forever. I'm mad I never went to adult night though, because I
What?
haven't went since I was like a kid. But I feel
So
like
you had
all
good
this
times there?
money,
Mm-hmm.
You had good
I,
times there too, huh? So let me
all
tell
this
y'all. Let
money
me
in the
tell y'all
city,
about
nobody
Crystals.
brings.
I've been to
Mm-hmm.
Crystals. All right, let's say no cap. I've been to Crystals 4 times in my life, right?
Mm-hmm.
On my third time, I was banned for life, and
I feel you
on
do.
my fourth time, which was like in my adult life, I went back and leaving it, I got arrested.
All right.
So I don't like Crystals. But let me go ahead and tell y'all, because this is a very good story that I like to tell to anybody out there trying to jack on me and my girl, right? So I was skating on couple skate, and this was maybe about 12, 13 years old, couple skate. And this neighborhood called 501,
Mm-hmm.
they were squatted up really deep, and it was me and my girl. And one of them chose to skate in between us and grab my girl's hand and skate around. And then I'm standing there looking like an idiot, you know? So I immediately knew that I was going to fight. I just didn't know what I was going to do. I just continued skating straight. And when I skated straight, it took me to the section where now I'm on the carpet. So now I take off these skates because there's no point in having them on the carpet. And as they are coming back around, I couldn't believe my girlfriend was still holding this guy's hand. And I took the skates and took them across his head. And his guys, they were mad. They ran up and I took the skates up beside their head. So I was
Mm-hmm.
banned for using skates as a weapon. Now, to me, I didn't feel like I should have been banned because I was minding my own business, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
how I was looking at it, they asked for that, you know. So they took my picture, put it on the wall, did a lot of corny, dumb shit, and yeah, banned me, you know, forever. So in my adult life, there was a show at Crystals. And I'm thinking to myself, I know I'm banned, but no way they're gonna remember me. Surely it's not the same people, but they were owned by the same people who surely remembered me. And he asked me, "Aren't you not supposed to be in here?" And I'm like, uh, that was a long time ago, you know? So now I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm just gonna leave, you know? But I can't just leave because now as I'm leaving, the police want to follow me, you know? And they want to pull me over. And of course, everyone knows I talk about it in my music. I'm one of those guys that don't believe in a driver's license. So that was that, you know? So goodbye and good riddance to Crystal Skatering. Haven't done that, haven't done
Oh
nothing for me.
no.
But it's amazing because the topic of the day is girls have it different, women have it different. And that's another example of how you all's experience at the skating rink was a lot different from a male's experience. Because even she didn't have that same experience. She was still having a good time, obviously, with getting taken around the goddamn thing. So after I caught that little them charge there, I had to leave her alone. You know, it was only right. It was only right. And I also made a vow and a decree for anyone in DC that's asked, any female in DC that's asked why I don't mess with girls from DC. That is one of my rules. Those are my rules. And she is a big part of that, you know, the whole DC mentality of why it's like, uh, uh.
Decent mentality.
Yeah. I'm so glad I got a Georgia girl. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so glad. Like when I asked my wife where she was from, and she said Georgia, I felt like I hit the jackpot. And I didn't know nothing about Georgia. I didn't know nothing about Georgia. I just knew it was the South. You know what I'm saying? And there was some Southern traditions because, like I said, DC, New York, big city gals. You know, they see that they seem to be the wild ones. You know what I'm saying? They seem to be the ones that like really like
Wow.
have a man catching the charge. And what's crazy is, before y'all laugh and judge me, my cousin, who is from DC, but all my life knowing him, he's dated Maryland girls. So one day he said to me, I have a new girlfriend. Take me over to my new girl house and drop me off. I'm going to pick up her car. And I'm like, all right, cool. I got you, cuz. And as we're driving, I realized he's taking me to Stanton Road, DC. Now, immediately what I said to him was, oh, cuz, you need to leave her alone. He said, nah. I said, nah, bro. Where's she from, though? He said, nah, she's from DC. I said, oh, no. You need to leave her alone. Now, my cousin, I hope he don't shoot me or hate me for this, but less than 2 days, it wasn't even 2 days after I told him this, he was locked up.
Oh, man.
Caught a damn domestic charge fucking with this girl. And let me tell y'all the worst part. Right? He did 2 years. He did 2 years, right? And when the nigga got out of jail, y'all won't believe what she said. I made it all up because I found out he had a wife.
That wasn't because she was from DC. That was because she was just scorned.
Nah, man, that
ain't no DC girl.
That's the city thing. That's a city thing.
No, it ain't.
City girls.
I ain't claiming
real hot girl shit. Real hot girl shit. That's that real hot girl shit right there. That's that. That was doing hot girl summer too. Oh my God, he spent all his hot girl summer.
That's that hot girl summertime.
He spent all hot. He spent all hot girl summer missing all the twerking that was going on, missing all the parties, all because he didn't want to take his cousin's advice and leave that
DC
DC
women
girl
ain't
alone.
all that bad.
Yeah, nah, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, DC women, y'all can say whatever y'all want, but y'all got there's a man for y'all, and I'm sure y'all gonna make a man real happy one day, and I'm sure y'all gonna make a lot of them really miserable. But it's on y'all, man. Do y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, when my wife said to me that she was from Georgia, I felt like I hit the jackpot. And actually, what's crazy is because she's born in DC, right? But she didn't tell me that till afterwards. But I kind of like, once I did the research and I found it's the time capsule, right? So she was born in DC, but by the time she was 3, she was already in Georgia.
Oh, that's that background check we was talking about.
Yeah, hey, listen, y'all run them, we run them too. You know what I'm saying? Especially before we make them our wives. We like guys do it differently though. Like we ask family, we ask stuff, we look at your drawer, see if you got a birth certificate, things like that. But I'm just talking about the birth certificate thing, unless I wasn't. But what I'm saying is, when you look at the birth certificate, you're like, oh, you born in DC? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I was raised in. I'm like, oh, so I see the value. You know what I'm saying? So now I see sometimes she gets like, sometimes DC comes out, you know, but mostly it's Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm sorry, guys, but Southern women are just a lot more
easier to deal with. That's all it is.
Nah, it ain't easy. It ain't easy to deal with because it is definitely a roller coaster. But at the end of the day, it's like a Georgia woman or a Southern woman will beat your ass and then ask you what you want to eat. You know, instead of be like beat your ass and like, what you want to eat, babe? Cut you out. What we getting, babe? Where we going, babe? You know what I'm saying? City girl.
I want to say no.
She gonna cut your ass out. Fuck what you want to eat. She going out with her friends. She like eat, nigga. You eat. If you eat tonight, I tell you what. If you eat tonight, we done. We done. You know. So like I know like city niggas that got city girls go to bed hungry. You feel me? They wake up in the morning like, is it good to eat? You know? Is it okay? You know what I'm saying? Niggas, like I know a lot of my friends that like they like DC girls. They be coming up my house and be like, bro, what you got to eat? And it ain't because they got food at home. Like, cause I've been over to their house, they got refrigerator full. I get a cup of Kool-Aid. That girl be like, why your friend drinking all the Kool-Aid? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, It's Kool-Aid. She's from the city. She's from the city though. They don't fuck around with that Kool-Aid. You feel me? And I get it. I get it. I get it. So hey, no. It's not about where you're born. It's about where you're born. It's about where you get your wholesome, good. It's like that good cooking. You know what I'm saying? Because like this, right? Like we all know that cow, like beef comes from a cow, right? Pork comes from a pig, you know, chicken legs come from a chicken, all that good shit, right? But yet, not everyone's cooking tastes the same. It's like, what the fuck did you do to this hamburger to make it not taste right? You feel me? So it's just like that with people. Unfortunately, guys, it's about those seasonings and those ingredients that get involved and thrown in a person. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of people be like to me, man, like a lot of people say to me, you from the South? No. Then they start saying, you from the West Coast? No. You know what I'm saying? I'm from DC, born and raised, moved to Maryland in 95. You know what I'm saying? I was already like 10, 12 by then. You feel me? So it's like, all right, cool. But why do you guys think this way? Why do you think, well, your vibe is different? What do you mean? It's different from a DC person?
Yeah.
No.
No, nowadays,
That's all
DC.
they saying. That's all they saying. It's different from a DC person. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, you can't be from DC because you act a different way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa, interesting.
That's messed up.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But how much do you get asked where you from, Jezebel? In essence, huh?
At home or in other states?
Here.
Here.
It only matters in America.
Seldomly, only because it depends on settings. Like I speak proper sometimes, so people be like, "Oh, where the hell you from?" And I'm like, "I'm from DC." Really? Yeah. Then they see me around my friends, and they be like, "Oh, yeah."
You have to tell people, like, I feel like with DC, I'm from DC, born and raised. I just moved to Maryland within the last year. So I used to tell people, you know, certain people, I'd be like, I'm from DC, and then other people, I say, I'm from Washington, DC.
Yes.
It's definitely a difference.
Where's your mom from?
DC. My whole mom's side is from South Carolina, Anderson, and then Trinidad, DC. So most of my family is in DC, Northeast and Southeast, and then the rest.
Have you seen the Black China reality show?
I have. I've seen a few episodes, not the whole season, but I've seen a few episodes.
How is it?
Man, it is awesome, first of all. And I have a new look on Black China. I actually like her now. And I think she's really
Her
cool.
personality, yeah. She's
I think she's really cool.
She's a Tory. We get
that's Taurus, yeah. But she is from DC, you know. And it's like if you a certain class, you still act a certain way, but DC still come out. So I hope that you whoever you're dating is paying attention that and knows that.
I mean, North DC.
Yeah, that his ass will not eat dinner if you don't.
if you don't act right,
man. And and that's crazy because that's all y'all say from DC if you don't act right. But y'all don't got no guidelines. That's crazy. There's no rules. It's just and act right. Mind you guys, I want y'all to understand if she's from DC, act right means whatever she says. So at this point in my show, guys, y'all already know it's time for the Huffington Post. Now, this has been, like I said, a great time for me. I've been hitting some very good strands. But I had to go down to the old Dixie line. Oh, Dixie. And I went on down there, and first of all, I was called and told that I would be picking up some sherbet gelato. And I definitely hopped on it because, like I told you guys, I've been very excited about these gelato strands that I've been coming across lately. That wasn't gelato, bruh. And the damn sure wasn't sherbet either. Now, I don't know what type of games you playing around here, but you can't be serving gas and then give me some ass. Not
Mhm.
give me some ass. Give me some trash. Maybe I should say trash. Maybe some huff. I didn't want it. You know. So I had to say to this man, and I don't care if you deliver. And I know you're not watching my show because I didn't tell you that I'm a radio host and my show is here on every Monday. And, but what I can tell you is when you walk up into a man in a mall and you can smell gas on him,
Mhm.
and I know you smelled it, you can't say, I got gas. And then I set an appointment to get gas from you, and it's not gas. I waited an hour. Luckily, I had already picked up some from my guy before I tested this, right? And I told Tiff, I said, look, Tiff, I said, I gotta get rapper, but this guy met me in the mall. He said he got some gas. I'm gonna go ahead and buy some from him because hey, why not? Might as well.
Mhm.
And he said, I'll be there about 1. Is that cool? I said, hey, that's cool. 2:15 pull up. And I'm like, I didn't even notice because I'm already smoking on some shit, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. Rule 1, I think I gotta understand this. If the weed man says, let me know how it smokes, be on alert.
Who says it?
That's what the weed man told me before he pulled off. Let me know how it smokes. I said I sure enough will. And I know he's not watching today because I didn't tell him that I'm hosting. But today is the day he finds out that it was Huff.
It was trash.
And I had enough. So I probably won't be hitting him back. Luckily, I had some good stuff. I went on ahead and sprinkled a little good stuff on top of it and made it work through the weekend. I still have about a half, maybe a Vic of it, maybe. I don't know. But I'm smoking in desperate times. Right now, we're just on the climb and we up. So, Essence, tell them where to find you.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at Soul Essence Music. So that's SOULESYNCE Music on Instagram, and on Facebook you can find me at Soul Essence Music, and that's with a Z and a K for music.
Man, and I am so glad that you came through. I'm also more glad that you was prepared. My guest last week was Ghetto.
Oh,
Hey, Jezebel,
yes.
I put out a memo on Facebook. I said no more of you Facebook people can send requests to do interviews. We gotta do interview background checks. We gotta do reference checks and shit. Like I gotta know that they working out here. I mean, hey,
Hello.
I gotta know. Jezebel, what you got going on? I know it's good.
Yes, definitely Fridays will return this Friday. We got someone special coming in. I'll share more details throughout the week. Also, I mean that's it. It's about to be April, tour season is right around the corner.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it lit. I'm looking forward to 420.
Yes, 420.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna drop a little gem on y'all, right? For 420, if y'all could go and see Gold Label, that's gonna be the best gas you can get. I'm pretty sure of it. Or you go on the Magnolia Farms, that's gonna be some good gas. Y'all want to make sure y'all smoking on good, high quality
Good gas.
420. Take it like that and take it from me. And I'm gonna tell y'all like this, man. April is gonna be a big month. We got a lot of stuff that we doing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of traveling. I'm trying to work out some stuff. Going up to LA maybe.
Yeah.
Not maybe. I'm going to LA on the 25th, so that's gonna be lit. We doing some crazy things, doing some traveling. So
Start your birthday off right, are we?
Yes, but for all you artists out there, and if you've been doing your stuff right, because I know some of you won't, but April will be royalty month for you guys to get your writer's checks. So April is going to be a great month for everyone who's been doing what I've been saying do for the last year or so. So, which y'all already know, y'all know what time it is. Those J's should be down to the roaches, and you should be flicking off your ashes.
Yes.